So it can be anything from awnings to windows to signage to lettering to frontage to point and tuck, things like that. And we have had our first successful application, and so we will see some changes in downtown Wood. So that's exciting. All for me, unless you have any questions.
Any questions for that? Thank you, Heather.
Uh-huh.
We have no public comment this evening. Next item on the agenda is the consent agenda for February the 21st. Council meetings and appropriations. Entertain a motion to accept it in its entirety. Been moved by Councilman Ponto that we approve the consent agenda in its entirety. Do I have a second? I'm sorry. That was Councilman. We're gonna have to move you guys. It sounded like me. I apologize. That was Councilman McMillan. Now, who had the second?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, Councilman. Whatever.
I suppose that's my fault too.
I apologize, guys, because I can't hear you guys. You sound just alike to me. So that's my problem, not yours. Anyway, any further discussion? No further discussion. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries. As there's no ordinances or resolutions, we'll go to formal actions this evening. And the first one on the agenda, excuse me, we got to back up a minute. I missed one here. The Hill Committee to appoint.
Oh, that should be letter B, so you're right, letter A is the pathway.
Yeah, I missed that anyway. So, but we need to appoint Amber Martin to the Hill Committee.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah, you're fine, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I started to say I have it in mind.
That's fine, yeah, it's A, B, and C, but that's fine, we can do it. Amber Martin is one of the people that is gonna be added to the Hill Committee, so she's gonna be a represented citizen at large. She actually went to the first meeting just kind of as a contributor, so.
Because we were short the first time, or?
Yeah, we got it to where we could fill it, and so now I figured we could add another member after the fact. So I actually got it like that same day, and I just, or no, like a couple days later, so I just figured we'll wait till we have a little more head time.
Been moved by Councilman Miller that we appoint Amber Martin to the Hill Committee. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Dingler. Any further discussion? No further discussion. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries. Now we'll go back down to the formal actions on the PAPI system bid. This is the approach system for the airport that we wasn't able to come in way over bid the last time, if memory serves me right. So
Yeah, this has been approved for a while, and so now they finally got the bid in line, so it came in less than the estimate, but it's a 90, I looked at it, 90-10 grant, so we participate 10% on this, so.
any questions?
So moved.
Been moved by Councilman Graybon that we approve the purchase of the PAPI system for $40,602. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman McMillan. Any further discussion?
There isn't a chance that they could go way over budget on this, is there? The reason I'm asking that, because it says that the city will be responsible for a minimum of $47.25 and any overage cost for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like every KDOT project, we kind of have that exposure. I would think this is a lot of just being somewhat familiar with the PAPI system. I mean, it's a lot just kind of the unit, there's not a lot of constructing and running into problems, so I would assume this is a pretty sure, there shouldn't be a lot of surprises, I would hope, so.
Some of that already in place for the installation, so it's all from scratch.
I don't know that, Tom.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know that. I would assume there's power out there or where they're gonna install it, but yeah.
Any other questions on that? Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda. Okay, I see that.
That's all right.
I'm all messed up.
That's all right. It's probably
What
my
happens
fault.
when you get old? But anyway, the KDOT grant on Cape.
Yeah, so this is, I brought this to your attention a couple of weeks ago as a possibility, and Ian with Schwab Eaton put together the grant application, And I believe in one of the attached documents, it kind of highlights the sections. There's the piece that is between kind of Thompson Tire Shopco entrances down to the part we just did, and then a little bit on the other side of it. So
This is to connect the two
pieces,
redone pieces
yep,
here
and plus add on to what we just did. It won't quite get all the way to
to the highway.
so there'll probably be a third phase yet. But this is it's a the C-clip, or that's how I think they pronounce it, is kind of a newer combination program. So I think the limit on it's $1 million. So that's what fits into this type of deal with an inflation rate on it. So I don't think that this would. Oops, I'm gonna update my iTunes. I don't think this would project would actually go into effect till 2019 or 2020. I can't remember which one it is, but it's kind of getting in the pipeline. And again, we're on the hook for 5%, but obviously with the exposure, kind of like last time, that we could be on for significantly more. But I guess at that point, you know, we made it last time, I think, rebid it and try some things to get a lower. Plus, you're still getting a good chunk of it paid for. So I guess that's kind of that cost benefit that we'd have to look at that time and see where they come in at. But.
Okay. Any further questions for staff?
And this is just for the grant application.
Correct. Yeah, just to get it in their pipeline. You know, how well it scores, I don't know, but at least it gets our foot in the door type of thing. It might be a couple of years.
I move that we approve this
Been
grant.
moved by Councilman Latrell to approve the KDOT C-CLIP grant for K-14 application. Have a second?
Second?
Second by Councilman Ponto. Any further discussion? No further discussion. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same. Motion carries. No closed session. Entertain a motion for adjournment.
That was the best one yet. Rick would
Pretty
be
big shoes
proud.
to fill on that.
Motion for adjournment by Councilman Dingler. Do I have a
Mr. Brown would be
Second by
proud.
Councilman Lottie. No further discussion. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed,
That's
same.
funny.
Motion carries. Took him a few weeks to get there. Okay, we'll go into the work session. Katie, do you have anything at this time?
No, not right now, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Reedy?
No.
Your fourth quarter of 2016 Treasurers Report was in your packet. If there's any questions on that.
Again, this is kind of before the audit, so there'll be kind of a finalized version here yet to come, but gives you at least a snapshot of what's going on.
Okay, then under discussion items, the first item on the agenda is the Court Street improvement.
Yeah, so this is something that Click and I had kind of identified, obviously gotten some feedback from different people and noticed it myself, and to redo the portion of Court Street between Mill and Hersey. It also needs the water main redone underneath it, the other section of Court Street going on further that already had the water main done. So we have looked at from Mill on, but we figured we'd tackle this first, see how it goes, see how smooth it is before we would tackle that next phase. We also, Stuart and I want to do some traipsing up into that big water culvert that's under there. It kind of goes right there by down under, or the Plum Creek. So kind of want to see the condition of that.
Okay,
Yep.
west.
Correct, yes, sorry, thanks.
From
Yep.
now on.
Yep, that way. So we might tackle that next, but we kind of want to see, because if you rip open this street and it's in bad shape, you probably want to replace that section, but then that becomes a whole other price point to do that. So we can bite off this chunk first. It's kind of an estimate for water. The sewer pipe through there, including that section of Court and the portion further west, but also up and down Mill Street also is in pretty poor condition. A lot of the downtown sewer main is in not the greatest shape. But we've had some vendors in that will do that slip lining type system, or the lining type system for it, push it through the pipe, do all the cutouts, do all the cammering, etc. So we've gotten some quotes for them, and that's probably the way that Jim wants to go. It saves having to cut the street open. There's still a really good lifespan on it, and it's still pretty cost effective. So I'd have more for you on that at that time, but even with what's under the existing portion of Court Street, for some reason, Jim, I think it must be underneath to the point where he doesn't wanna dig it up and replace it, it's just easier for them to push this lining
So
through.
they didn't replace that when they redid Mill Street?
I don't believe so.
Really?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, cause that's why he's at, yeah.
The sewer up and down Mill?
Running
At least
At least downtown they did it, and I can't remember,
North.
and I don't know if it was because, it gets up underneath, it may not be right in the middle of the street, I'm not exactly sure how that is. And I could have Jim come and talk about that more next time, if we get it, because he's getting bids on that right now, so.
Well, it sounds like there's a solution, so.
There is, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know, I can ask that question, pretty easy, yeah. But it's some portion of that I know for sure hasn't, I just don't know where,
Yeah,
so.
that concrete ain't cured yet.
Yeah.
Because they did up north, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, because I had a 5-inch deep lagoon in my
They had that
basement.
flood.
for-
Or that 5-inch rainfall.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Chad
that's-
out there.
That came with the sewer system,
Yeah. But
Yeah.
evidently
It's
just
just-
in the downtown area.
Yeah, it's just hard to know, I'm not sure, there must be some logistical issue with why they didn't do it at that time, I don't know that, but I can find out, so.
Well, that would be a nice solution.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, so anyway, so that portion of Court Street between Mill and Hersey, you kind of see again, we talked mostly, material cost, because we're already paying the employees, so, the cost for the water main is about 6,700, Jim would say, 8-ish, 9 with any surprises, so we should have a pretty, kind of a good idea on that. Then the Court Street portion of it, the street curbs and gutter sidewalks, we are doing a grading system on that, because you could, if you get into where you're just completely tearing out everything, including the sidewalks, et cetera, you're kind of getting into the buildings, you're finding surprises, et cetera, and there's a lot of that that's in pretty good shape. Obviously, you have a big stretch right in front of Guarantee Bank that's brand new and really good shape, and there's quite a bit of the rest of it that either doesn't have building frontage, or it's in good enough shape where you're able to save it and use part of it and only replace half of it, et cetera. It kind of helps cut out the surprises and keep the cost affordable on it. So that's kind of what they did. They did it, I think Rain went out on a Sunday, kind of shot everything and did a lot of that looking to kind of figure out what needs to be replaced, what doesn't. And so that's kind of what that $36,000 number all entails, is, replacing what needs to be replaced and turning into a concrete street. I have talked, the main business through there that would probably be affected the most would be the Guarantee Bank, because that's kind of where their drive-through spills out into. So I have talked to Doug a little bit, just kind of let him know we're going to be talking about this, and the guys kind of have some ideas as far as where that drive-through goes. We just kind of need to sit down with Doug and figure out which idea he likes best and kind of spill them out that way. So I kind of wanted to get your feedback. Obviously, I'd bring it back. There'll be some little electric utility work, some light poles here or there, but it's just there's about 3 on there possibly that would need to get changed. So if you get your feedback, see if you're interested in moving forward with that project and bring it back next council meeting. Yes, Matt.
I assume we're ripping out the brick and replacing it with concrete.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that brick was, I think there's better streets to save on that. I mean, I like brick myself, I have it in front of my house, but that one, there's not a lot there. I would assume they might save some of it. I know he tries to save so much of it, just have a stockpile for repair and replacement, but, yeah, that one's in pretty poor shape,
It's gonna be a purely concrete street.
just like the rest of it down there, yeah.
overall time frame, monetary wise, will it be cheaper for us to do it or to bid it out?
I would say it's gonna be cheaper for us to do it because we're already paying the employees to do the work. Cause the material is the material, right? And so, I'm trying to think of what do I have for projects that I can keep the staff busy doing. So that's kind of, yep. So, as long as we're using this, as long as we're doing this model, then this is, we gotta keep the pipeline full for them. So they estimate, at the most a 2-month time span for it, but it could go faster than that, but.
It's long overdue, I'm all for it.
Yes.
Me too.
So, all right, well, I'll put it on the formal action next time, and there might be a few, tightening up, but then we'll get it approved and get it
I
rolling.
think if this is approved, would they be able to start?
I would hope right away, so, they're itching to go, so I would assume, first part of April or right there at the end of March if they get it approved, so. Yep, yep. We'll tackle that, and then, like I said, we'll know more on the western part of court. We might still try to tackle that this year if it's good news.
Got
Yes, Tony?
a little bit further down the road, what about 8th Street? With 14 being closed, Main being closed, 8th Street's getting more and more traffic, and it's
Yeah.
not getting any better.
Yeah, right, especially right by Campbell, it really needs to be improved. No, that's right. I'm thinking,
Is that in the plans there to
well, I think that's part of what,
update, not necessarily go and rip it out and concrete it, but just to,
yeah. I think that's what will happen here, letter G tonight, is kind of get that CIP process. Because this is one of those that, yeah, we'd want to put this on a list, grade it. It's pretty obvious, it's pretty low hanging fruit. I think we can pick it off, and I feel good about it. But I think that's kind of exactly, we need to get all those projects identified, figure out what the condition is, the priority, a bunch of measuring factors, and yeah, start getting those in the pipeline. But yeah, that's kind of what I plan on having you guys help me do whenever we meet for that type of session. We're kind of getting the cart before the horse here, but it's, yeah,
Okay.
tell me let's think of things, let's get it out there, yep, so.
Sounds like a good project that's been a long time coming. Next thing is our